friends, how are you? I hope you all are doing good. In my today's video, we are going to discuss about the living expenses in Canada. We all know about the tuition fee when we are in our home country because the school gives us, but they give us about the estimate of living expenses. But what are the real expenses? What are the real living expenses in Canada? So I'm going to give you a snapshot of all that a little bit, and I hope that will help you in deciding and managing your expenses in Canada. So if you will like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Okay, so let's start. So friends, the biggest expense in the Canada when you come as a PR or a work permit holder or a student is your rent for the place, your rent for the accommodation. If you're working part-time or you're working somewhere or you have any source of income, then depending, like if I will talk about on an average salary in Vancouver or in most of the places of Canada, on an average roughly your 40 to 50% of your salary goes towards your rent of the accommodation. So rent is one of the biggest expense in Canada. If I give you a rough estimate of the rent in Vancouver, if you are coming as a student, then depending on the type of the house, for a single room rent is somewhere around 500 to 800 or 900. 500 you can find in the outskirts of Vancouver, like some other cities like Surrey or some outer skirts of Vancouver. And if you want in main Vancouver, it is generally 800 or 900. And if you want in the downtown in Vancouver, my friends, then studio apartment is roughly around $2,000 to $2,500. So definitely downtown in every city is pretty much expensive. But so when we come as a new student or a new immigrant to Canada, we look for a reasonable or inexpensive accommodation. So reasonable and accommodation you can find somewhere between 500 to 800. The most important thing is rent, as I mentioned. Second thing is number two is your grocery. Okay, if I will highly recommend you, if you are coming to Canada, please learn to cook like basic things, rice and basic curry or stuff. So that will help you in saving lots of money, because then you can buy groceries. Okay, then you can buy the raw food like rice, lentils and all that stuff, and you can cook at home. So for a single person, if you go for groceries, it depends that how much groceries goes somewhere between 300 to 500, depending on what kind of food you buy. Like you buy ready-made food, like we have frozen food here, or you buy just rice and green veggies and you cook at home. So groceries go somewhere around 300 to 500 for a single person. Okay, if you're coming with a family and you have a small kid as well, then your groceries can be anywhere depending on your expenses, but it can be anywhere between 800 to 1500, depend how you shop. Okay, I will try to share some screenshot as well if I could. What are the rates of the prices? I will try to share in this screen for some online things, so you will have a rough idea. So grocery is a little bit expensive also if you don't know how to cook, because then you need to buy some frozen food, or we have pizza over here which is a frozen pizza. So you can just buy that pizza, you put in your oven. We have oven in every place over here when you rent up accommodation. So then you just need to put that in the oven and that's ready to eat. That is expensive in comparison to raw food, but definitely that is much more economical. If you go out and eat the pizza outside, that is more expensive. Okay, so your grocery is gonna be this much. And one more tip I would like to tell you about the groceries. Please try to buy your groceries once in a month or twice in the month. Then you will have like, you make a list of your groceries, then you will have food available, like groceries available in your home, and you will save money. If you will go every now and there to buy groceries, then it costs you expensive over here, and we have lots of sale in the stores which attracts you, and you buy the unnecessary stuff. So try to avoid do out for groceries and shopping. That will help you too. Number 3, in Canada we have 10 provinces and 3 territories. So insurance is different in different provinces, but let's talk about BC, British Columbia. In British Columbia, students have to pay their medical insurance of $75 per month. Okay, so medical insurance is one of the most important stuff which you need to have. Generally your colleges provides you the insurance because you pay for the insurance. So colleges provides you the insurance, but MSP is one of the insurance which is in BC for your medical stuff, which is mandatory. Why? Because touch wood, everything should be good with you guys, but if say by accident you hurt yourself and you just go to visit the doctor, if you do not have MSP, then it costs you thousands of dollars. Okay, just visiting the doctor is $100 if you do not have MSP card. So medical insurance is definitely one of the biggest expense. That is $75 for international students. I believe it is not there now for the work permit people and PR holders, so this is not the expense for you guys, but international students need to keep this in your budget. Fourth thing is your commute or your traveling expenses. If you are a student, generally you get concession for the bus pass from the college, but definitely it is a fixed expense every month. If you want to buy a car, it's your suggestion, but in the starting it's little bit more expensive, because in Canada buying car is cheap, no doubt. You can find any kind of car and that's pretty reasonable, but insurance is very expensive of that car. Sometimes the amount you are paying for your card payment is lesser than the insurance you are paying. So insurance is a bit expensive. So generally students travel by the local transit, we call transit over here, or transport. So bus pass is cost you somewhere around 50 to 100 depending on the place where are you living. So that's again a fixed expense you can keep. And the fifth thing, if you're coming as a student, keep some money for your books and miscellaneous expenses. When you're in school, any of your professor can ask you to buy some book. Generally the most of the books are e-books, so you don't need to spend that much, but you may have to spend on anything sometimes. Like I did an online course also when I was in the school, because my professor asked me to buy that. So some kind of miscellaneous expense, I will still suggest you to keep $100 or $200 separate every month for that, because you never know when the expense will come for during your studies. For the work permit and PR people also, I will advise you to keep some of the basic miscellaneous expense on side. Sixth point is telephone. We need phone, right? So phone plans are definitely very expensive in Canada, and generally you get phone also with those plans, like iPhone 11 or 10 you will get after paying 70 or 80 bucks every month. So the cheapest plan I will suggest you for the student, you can go with the prepaid phone plans. Those are little expensive, somewhere around $25 to $35 or $40 depending on your need. So phones are expensive over here. If you want a whole video, I will make on that. So phone plans is again one of the fixed expense you pay every month. Then the seventh expense over here, if you are renting a room, then generally your landlord will provide you the Wi-Fi. But if you are say you are in an apartment or in a condo or in a basement, then you need to have your own Wi-Fi as well. So for Wi-Fi, it's just somewhere around 50 to 80 depending again on your need, because generally we get free Wi-Fi in our university, so we need Wi-Fi only in home. Please keep expense for that also. And that's Wi-Fi, and sometimes you get some kind of packages in that as well. So you just check. For students, generally there are 50% off on the Wi-Fi. When I was with my friends, we were sharing an apartment, so we got a Wi-Fi with 50% off for the students. So if you are having an apartment, look for the deals for the students. Sometimes they come to your school also to promote those deals, so keep an eye on that. And same for the phone, keep an eye for the phone plans as well. Sometimes you have some plans for the students. So one of the last expense, guys, though it's not mandatory, but I want to mention, if you want to have a TV also, because TV, you have to pay for here. TV is also expense. It comes with your Wi-Fi bundle. Or if you do not want to have a Wi-Fi bundle, some people prefer to have Netflix and Amazon, so that membership again has some charges. Keep that some money aside for that as well. And sometimes you need to buy some Grammarly and other stuff which you need in your school to check your projects and all that stuff. So sometimes unnecessary expense come with that as well. So please keep some buffer for your living expenses, plan accordingly. So as I mentioned, my friends, you may need to buy some Grammarly or some other kind of subscriptions which you may require in your studies and for some stuff. So I will highly recommend to keep some money aside for that expense. But I will highly recommend you to keep one thing which I always did for myself. Please try to keep at least 3 months rent aside, because you never know that your part-time job or your full-time job is gonna be with you always or not. But you have to pay the rent always. Okay, so I know when you will come to Canada, so many offers are there. When you will go out for shopping, so many sales are there, and those really attracts you. It will show 50%, 70%, 30% on some branded shoes, t-shirts. Yes, it attracts me too. But please don't spend everything on the stuff which you don't need. Keep at least your 3 months rent away. That will help in your bad times. I wish you never get a bad time, but you need to keep some backup. You always need to be prepared for every time. That's all, my friend. I tried to put everything in this video for the living expenses, but if still I miss something, please put in comments, and I will tell you the expense, how much is the expense for that thing. That's all. Thank you so much for your love and your it's really a shower of your love that I'm getting good subscribers and really good likes. Please support me. I need your love as like this only. Like this video, share it, and subscribe my channel so that I can make more videos. Thank you so much, friends. Bye.